know. I've been gone for 4 months. I have not uploaded anything in 4 months, and it's a good reason, but I'm not going to explain that in this video. I'm actually going to do an update video on why I've been gone, why I haven't been filming videos. But for those of you guys who don't know who I am or who are new to my channel, I'm Ashley Christina. Welcome. Make sure you subscribe so you won't miss any of my upcoming videos, because I do plan on being more consistent. I'm settled, I'm ready, and I am excited. So you guys don't want to miss it. You guys don't want to miss you guys don't want to miss it. You guys just don't want to miss it. So today's video is going to be a story time. And it is going to be about the time my boyfriend at the time left me for my best friend. Guys, I can't make this shit up. Okay, so I remember we were in high school. Me and my friend, we were in 10th grade. And the boy I was dating was a senior. And at the time, you know, you're in high school, freshman, sophomore year, you're like excited that a senior wants you, you know, like me, little sophomore, oh me, you want me, you know. And so he was a cool, like, we weren't that far in age, like I don't remember how old he is or how old he was at the time, but you know, he was cool, and he didn't even act like he was, I think we're like 3 years apart. But he didn't act like it, you know. He was like cool and, you know, chill and stuff like that. He didn't act like a senior, but you guys know men don't mature until like they're in their late 20s anyways. But yeah, I met him that summer, and we talked the entire summer, like the whole entire summer. And then once around like towards the end of the summer, he asked me to be his girlfriend. And I'm just like, yes, you know, like, yes, I want to be your girlfriend. You're like, you're cute, you're hot, you're a senior, you know. But so, you know, and as a girl, we all have that one best friend that we tell everything to. Like, they're basically us in another body because they know everything about us. So I told my best friend, and I was like, you know, there's this senior guy, and let's just call him, what should we call him? Let's call him Michael, okay? So I told her about Michael, and I showed her pictures. She was like, oh my gosh, he's so cute, and he's a senior, and he's this, and he's that. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna be so cute together, and all this kind of stuff. And you know, me and Michael will always talk on the phone, and then me and my best friend, we were always on the phone. So it's like, I want to talk to both of them. So I was like, you know what? Let's call my best friend Jennifer. So I'm like, you know what, Jennifer? I'm going to put you on three-way with Michael. So I three-wayed it, and I introduced them. I'm like, hey, Jennifer, this is Michael. Michael, this is Jennifer, my BFF. BFF meet boyfriend, boyfriend meet BFF. And you know, I'm thinking it's cool because, you know, it's my best friend. I can trust my best friend, right? But yeah, so we will always like talk on the phone. Like, it became like, it would just be so funny when all three of us were on the phone. So it would be like a habit. And MySpace, was it MySpace? Yeah, MySpace was out at that time. Boyfriend Michael, I think he added Jennifer, and Jennifer told me. And I didn't make it a big deal. I mean, hey, we all do talk on the phone. I mean, I trust you guys. Like, I don't make anything of it at the time. So Jennifer was like, okay, as long as you're cool with it, that's fine. Like, I don't really, I'm gonna add him. And I'm like, okay, cool. So you guys know how like so they were friends on MySpace or whatever. We will still continue talking. We'll hang out sometimes and stuff like that. So one day I was on Jennifer. You guys know how on MySpace you have like the top friends, like the top 5, top 10, whatever. So one day I'm on Jennifer's Facebook, and I seen that Michael was in her top 10, and I seen that Jennifer was in Michael's top 10. I'm like, why? Like, and it did, in my head I'm like, okay, why? Like, you guys are cool, but you guys aren't that cool. Like, why? And I'm just like, at the time I'm like, okay, that's weird, but I really didn't make anything of it. And then, so one day, right, I went to a party with my sister. My sister had, like, she was in, her friend was having a birthday party down the street from my house. So I went with her or whatever, and it was just like a cool, like, it was like, you know, I was having fun or whatever. And I get a phone call from Jennifer, and she calls me and she's like, she's just so weak, like she's just dying of laughter. And I'm like, what is so funny? Why are you calling me laughing? Like, what's going on? And she's like, Michael is so funny. And I'm like, what did he do? Like, how is he so funny? And she's like, did you talk to him today? And I was like, no. I was like, well, I'm at a party. I told him I was going to a party. I spoke to him this morning. I didn't talk to him after that. Like, why? And she's like, girl, he's over here joking you. He's over here talking about your mustache. And he's just talking mad shit about you. And I'm like, oh God. I'm like, okay. Like, why are you calling me? You know, like, I don't get it. Like, in mind, that's how I am. I'm like, oh, okay. So you're calling me laughing because you're my best friend, and you're calling me dying of laughter because my boyfriend is funny, because my boyfriend is talking about me and my mustache. Disclaimer. Now, yes, I had a little mustache. Okay, I still have it, but I get it waxed, okay? And back then in high school, I didn't get it waxed because I didn't really pay attention to it until I got older. But it wasn't like a full mustache. It was like little hairs. But anyways, yeah. So she's just dying laughter. She's like, Michael's so funny. He's talking about your mustache. So I'm just like at a loss for words. I'm like shocked that she's thinking it's okay to call me, telling me that my boyfriend called her laughing about my mustache and talking about me, and you're my best friend and you think that's funny. Like, what did you say? And I'm like, what did you say to him? Like, I'm like, hold up. Where are you talking to him from? And she's like, oh, we were on the phone. And I'm like, what? You on the phone with him? How did you get his number? Like, I never gave them each other's numbers. Only thing I thought they had was MySpace. And the only time we ever talked, like, the only time I ever thought that they actually talked was on the phone when we were on three-way. So I'm like, okay, so that means you guys really do talk behind my back. And she's like, no, it's not like that or whatever. He's just really cool and it's just funny and I'm bored and blah blah blah. I'm like, at that point, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I'm at a party. I'm gonna call you when I get home, and I hang up. And I tell my sister, and she's like, what? She's like, that's not cool at all. She was like, that's not cool at all. She was like, you need to confront Michael. So I call Michael and I'm talking to Michael and I hear noise in the background, and it wasn't Michael's background, because it wasn't from Michael's background, because Michael, it was only him, his older brother, his mom, and his grandmother, and I'm pretty sure they weren't gonna make all that noise in the background. So I'm like, what's that noise? I'm like, where are you? And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I hear like little kids in the background. Where are you? And most of the time when I'm on the phone with Jennifer, I would hear little kids in the background because, you know, her nieces and nephews and stuff like that. So I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing? At the time I didn't think, oh, Jennifer's on the phone. But I'm like, what are you doing? And he's just like, nothing. And then I'm like, and then the noise stops, right? The noise stops. And I'm like, but anyways, so why were you on the phone with Jennifer talking about my mustache? Why do you think it's okay to talk about me to my best friend? And he was like, oh, nothing. We were just having a conversation and it just came up. And I'm like, how does that randomly come up? Like, what what's the purpose? And why are you guys even talking on the phone? How did you get each other's number? He's like, I asked her for it. I'm like, why would you think it's okay for you to ask her for it? And he was like, because we talk all the time. We have each other on MySpace. Like, why not? I'm like, when did you get each other's number? He's like, a few weeks ago. So you guys been talking for a while on the phone behind my back, and I probably didn't even know. Stupid old me, right? Stupid old me. Trusting that, you know, this wouldn't happen, but it ended up happening anyways. So, yeah. So I'm just like telling him off, whatever, and then the noise comes back, like the little kid's noise come back, and I hear a voice. Ashley, it's not like that. We're just friends. We just thought it was cool, like, to talk on the phone. Like, you put us on the phone anyways. And I'm like, Jennifer? So Jennifer was on the phone the whole time me and Michael were talking. So he had put her on three-way with me. And I'm just like, and I'm shocked. Like, I'm shocked. I literally hung up the phone because I did not know how to feel. I didn't know what to do. I'm shocked. I'm at a loss for words. I'm like, best friend ain't my best friend. Boyfriend ain't it. Like, what do, like, what? Like, what? Like, I mean, I'm just like shocked. So I just go back to the party, ignore everything, and that was that. So then I get home, right? Jennifer calls me. She's like, are you mad at me? And I'm like, yes, I'm mad, because why would you think it's okay? And she's like, I have something to tell you. And I'm like, what? Like what is it now? Like, what is it? And she's like, Michael really doesn't want to be with you. And I'm like, really? I'm like, really? Why doesn't he want to be with me? He said that you're boring. He said that, you know, you act too shy around him, you're not going, all this list of things Michael is saying about me to her instead of me. And I'm just like, well, why doesn't he just tell me that, like, himself? And he's like, he's afraid to hurt your feelings. And I'm like, are you on the phone with him right now? And she pauses. She's like, yeah. I'm like, so even after the fact that I told you basically that I didn't want you talking to him, you're still talking to him? And she's like, it's not like that. I'm like, you may not see it like it's not like that, but for me, like, it's like that. Like, because that's not cool. You don't do that. You don't talk to, anyways. And she's like, well, I'm gonna put it on three-way so you can confront him yourself. I'm like, why do you have to be on the phone for me to confront him? Like, that's something that we should talk in private. Like, me and him should talk about. Why do you have to be on three-way? She's like, please, can I just be on the phone? But I'm like, you know what, whatever, like, just put it on three-way. So she put it on three-way, and she's like, Michael, don't you have something to tell Ashley? And he's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, don't play dumb. What did you just tell me on the phone? He was like, really, man? Really? And I'm like, what do you have to tell me? You don't want to be with me? If you don't want to be with me, you don't want to be with me. I'm just like, just tell me. Like, what is it? I'm like, cause y'all, at this point, I'm just like, F you. Like, in my head, and talking, like, thinking about Jennifer, I'm just like, F you too. Because, like, y'all just both, y'all, I can't trust y'all. Like, I can't trust you. I can't trust him. And, well, obviously I can't trust him, but I expected more from her. And so she's just like, so he's just like, man, you really, and he's like, just tell her. No, and I go off on him, and then he's like, all right, man, I don't think it's gonna work. And I'm like, you're damn right it's not gonna work. And I hung up the phone. And I was infuriated. Like, I was infuriated. Like, I almost shed a tear. And the reason why I shed a tear is because I felt kind of betrayed from my best friend. Like, why are you talking to him and all this kind of stuff? Like, all that was just going in my head. And I ignored both their phone calls for the rest of the night. She's texting me. She's telling me, like, I'm sorry, I'm blah, blah, blah. I didn't mean it like that. And then she sends me, like, a MySpace message. And in the MySpace message, it was a message from her and Michael. It was between her and Michael. And Michael was basically telling her, he was like, yeah, I really love your personality. You're so fun. You're so funny. You know, I really think that we have a good connection and blah, blah, blah. You're older, because Jennifer's a year older than me. We really have a good connection and blah, 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 and da, 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 da. And he's trying to get with her basically, and she's just saying, instead of saying no, she's like saying no, you know I can't do that, Ashley's my best friend and blah blah blah, that'll be wrong. She's not saying no, I don't want you. She's like saying no, I can't date you because Ashley's my best friend. And I'm just like, bitch, why are you showing me this? Like, why are you showing me this? Okay, like, it's just making me more mad. So I finally call her and we talk about it. She explains herself to me, and I'm just like, I just squash it, you know, just squash the beef, like squash it. Guys come and go, but you know, friends, they go through things and they work it out, right? So he would still hit her up or whatever, but she would like brush him off or whatever. Then I see Michael in school. I would always see him in school, but I always try to like ditch him and go the other way. And he was like a little puppy begging for a treat. Because when I finally started saying like, you know what, I'm not gonna ditch him anymore, I'm gonna walk past him and show him that I don't really give up what, like, I don't really care. And I walked past him and he would just try to talk to me. Like, he would try to talk to me, he would try to like say funny things to his friends and try to get my attention, and I would just be looking like I ain't thinking about you. Like, I really wish that Beyonce's song with Sorry was out back then. Like, boy, bye. Like that kind of thing, because I don't want nothing to do with you. But, and let's fast forward to like last year, okay? My sister seen Michael at her job, and guess what Michael tries to do? Michael tried to talk to her. Michael tried to get with her, and he knows that's my sister. Moral of the story is, don't do that what I did. Don't have your boyfriend and your best friend on three-way and try to keep those relationships separate until you and your boyfriend are like, so you get to know him more, you trust him better, and you know, best friend, you know, best friends don't do that, don't think it's okay unless he's trying to do a secret proposal to the girlfriend. Then that's when y'all could talk, but other than that, don't talk. I'm just saying. Alright, so thank you guys for watching, and give this video a thumbs up, comment down below if anything like this has ever happened to you, and let me know what I should have done differently, because I felt like I was too nice in that situation. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm Ashley Christina, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.